Welcome Algebra 2 students to the homework help video page 310, numbers 29 and 31. Let's jump into this right away. Okay, here we go. Let's graph numbers 29 and 31. We're going to graph both of those. So let's graph number 29 first. Well, first of all, we have a piecewise function that's going to be a step function. So here we go. We have four pieces. Y equals 4, y equals 6, y equals 9, and y equals 12. Okay, so there's your four pieces. Now, obviously we're going to have four horizontal lines because each equation has a y only and no x. So each one of these will be a horizontal line. Let's start with the first one right here, y equals 4. So we're going to draw a horizontal line through 4. And there it is. Alright. Now, next, our constraint for this horizontal line is right here. X lies between -2 and 3. -2 and 3, so we have to shrink this line down to -2. So that would be right there, right? Because there's -2 on the x-axis. And then 3 over here. So, 3. And there we go. Okay, now remember, this point here will be closed because we have an equal sign right here, okay? And 3 will be open. And there we go. Okay, let's try the next line. Y equals 6, so we'll draw a vertical line through y equals 6. And then we're going to shrink it down to fit the constraints. And the constraints are between 3 and 5. So here we go. That's 3 right there. And that's 5 right there. Alright, so there we go. Now remember, this point right here will be closed. And this point right here will be open. Alright, because equal sign here, no equal sign here. Alright, moving on. The next line we're going to have, I'm going to extend this a little bit. And here we go. Y equals 9. Okay, so this is 7, 8, 9. So I have a horizontal line going right through 9 right there. And the constraints are going to fall between 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right there is where it will start. And it will go to 6, which is right there. Alright, so this will be closed and this will be open. Alright, and then the last line is y equals 12. Y equals 12. We're going to need some more room, so I'm going to slide this over still yet a little more and see if I can't pull this entire graph over a little bit. There we go. And let's see if we can't extend this a ways. There we go. And let's see. There we go. And here we go. Y equals 12. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right there. And then we're going to shrink that horizontal line down between 6 and 10. So 6 would be right here. So we got a long ways to go. There we go. And then 10 would be 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually it looks pretty good already. Maybe just a tad more to the right, but that looks pretty good. And so this will be closed. That should be red. And this will be open. Alright, there we go. You did it. That's our step function. Or you can call it a piecewise function. But nonetheless, that's it. Okay? Alright guys, moving on to the last problem. Alright, first of all, I'm going to slide this over, get a little more room to work with. Just a little bit. Alright, next we're going to write down our four parts. So y equals 4.6. y equals 2.1, y equals 0, and y equals negative 3.1. Okay, there we go. Alright, so our first vertical line is 4.6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, it has to be about right here. We'll kind of estimate it. There's about 4.5, so we'll go up just a hair. 4.6, good enough. Okay, alright, now we have to shrink this down between negative 3 and negative 1. So negative 3 is right there. There's negative 3, and negative 1, of course, would go to about right there. Okay, so this would be closed, and this would be open right here. There we go. The next vertical line, y equals 2.1. So we have a vertical line, or excuse me, sorry, a horizontal line. That would be 2, and just a little above that, 2.1. That's fine. That's good enough. Now, this line has to fall between negative 1 and positive 2, so we're going to slide this all the way over to negative 1, and then to a positive 2. This point here will be closed, and this point here will be open. Okay? Alright, next horizontal line is y equals 0. So there's my horizontal line right on the y-axis, and it has to stay between 2 and 3 on the x-axis. So here we go, we're going to run this all the way to 2, and run this all the way to 3. So there we go, that's between 2 and 3 on the x-axis. We'll put a closed point here and an open point here. And then lastly, y equals negative 3.1. Alright, y equals negative 3.1. So negative 1, 2, 3, and then barely below that, 3.1. We'll call that 3.1 good enough. Okay, now we've got to shrink that line so that it stays between 3 and 5. So there's 3 on the x-axis right there, and there's 5 on the x-axis right there. This will be a closed point, and this will be an open point, and that's it. We're done. Okay, guys, I hope that this has made sense. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call or email.